I learned that concept early in my life, but it really became real to me through some situations throughout my life. But I realized that we tend to go through and collect things. And that's fine. We all do that. And as you get old, as you get older, things start coming around you and you start becoming a magnet for all kinds of things. Some of them good, some of them bad. But all of the time we have an opportunity to either collect the things or collect people. So what we have decided, and even in my first marriage, we decided to use our things to get people rather than use people to get things. And I hope that's your thought for the day. We try to get these down to a bumper sticker, and that's the bumper sticker I would get with you today. When I was a little kid, my dad came home with his pickup truck, and he was a business and heating and air conditioning guy. We were not rich by any stretch of the imagination. But he came home and he had 6 canoes on a rack on the back. And I went out in the backyard and I thought, we are the richest people on the planet. And I was crawling all over those canoes. And Dad says, those aren't our canoes. I said, what do you mean, Dad? One of these is ours, right? And he goes, no, we're going to give them away. And he said, you want to go with me? And I got in the truck and we went to this camp for kids, and Dad unloaded with the camp staff and took the canoes off and put them into the lake, and all the kids grabbed life preservers and paddles and got into the canoes and started paddling around. And I said, well, which one is mine? Which one is mine? And Dad pointed over to the line of people and he said, you get in that line. And he says, they're not ours, they're theirs. But you can get in the line and you can use one. And that was a great lesson for me to learn that. So my car really isn't all that important to me. I like my car, but I like it to be able to haul people. I grew up in a family that bought Chevy station wagons. And the reason they bought station wagons is they wanted to fill them up with kids and haul them to church, is what they did. So in my life, I've tried to make that a verse for me, if you want to call it. It's a life verse or a life mission. Use your things to widen your sphere of influence. My dad with his canoes. One time a guy walked up to Dad on the street. He was kind of a lesser, kind of dressed in a shabby outfit is what he was. And he said, that's a really nice watch you got there. My dad only ever had Timex watches. And I think the most he ever paid for them might have been 20 or 30 bucks. But Dad reaches down and he takes it off. He loved that Twistoflex band. And he took it off and he hands it to the guy and he says, here, you got a brand new watch. Dad was that kind of guy. I want to be known for that. So change your corner of the world. How do we do that? By letting our things speak for who we are, rather than collecting them all and everybody wants to come and look at their things. I want people to come over and look at us. And so we were hanging out with my stepdaughter the other day and she said, Jim, tell my friends your story. I want the people around me to do that they like the legacy that we're building in their lives and the things that we're doing to help them become better people. Katie Quirk said this once, and I've adopted it as my own thing. She said, I'm 1 inch deep and 30 miles wide. And I wrote it down. I thought, I want to be that guy. I don't need to know tons of stuff about absolutely everything. I want to be 1 inch deep so that I can reach all kinds of people because I'll have some commonality with them, with something about their life, and be able to trigger them or speak to them at some point of their life. I go on mission trips so that I can get to know those people. I've met people who you would never know the names of if I told you who they were, but they are people who have changed the world because they have used their things inside, even those internal and their external things. They have used those things to get people rather than using people to get things. I've been in those relationships and I've been working for some of those people, and I've had family members who are some of those people who like to collect all kinds of things so that they can have these things. So they use these people to be able to get things. I don't want to be that. So it's a simple motivation today. What are you doing to change your corner of the world? Be active in the mission that is set before you and the people that are around you. What are you going to do to change them? Somebody told me, I've heard this line before, but they remember me as saying it, and they said that was the day their life was changed, just by that simple little line. And it was just, what are you doing on earth, for heaven's sake? What are you doing? And how can we be more involved in that? So don't collect just things. Don't use your things for that. Don't use people to collect things, but don't collect things, collect people. And that's our goal today. And there you go. That's Accidental Magic. Hopefully we gave you a bumper sticker and maybe a snicker. But I'm Jim Peters. Come look us up on Accidental Magic, or you can go to jimpeters.org, or you can look for Jim Peters on YouTube and see a bunch of these. Thanks so much.